Today we're gonna make macro-friendly sauces.
Hey y'all, my name is Jenna Fail.
And I'm Chef Robbie Jester. Welcome to Fail Proof Kitchen. I won some shows, I did some shit, but if you've been a fan and you've watched it, you know all that stuff. So I want to get straight into it.
I'm a sauce queen. Elevates everything.
I'm a sauce whore. I like sauce. Everything that I eat with sauce is just a vessel for the sauce.
That's right.
So I'm incredibly excited to add some of these to our repertoire. So the first one we're gonna make is gonna be a macro-friendly cheese sauce. So we're gonna start that out with some low-fat cottage cheese, and we're gonna place that in a blender. So you can go ahead and add the whole container in there. Sorry, your weapon.
You got a better weapon on your board. I wouldn't challenge you with a spoon.
I don't know. I hear you're vicious. So we have the whole thing of cottage cheese in there. We're gonna add about what I would call, to this amount of cottage cheese, which is one container, it is 1 pound container. We're gonna add probably a teaspoon of onion powder. So just kind of eyeball that, measuring with our hearts.
That's how I do
as Jenna
everything.
Fail would say, a little bit more. We can always add a little bit more. So you wanna add some now, but keep it kind of on the lower side because you can always add more, but you can't take it out. So then we have garlic powder, same thing, teaspoon. We're gonna do 3 shakes of paprika. Perfect. And then 2 dashes of, well, that's not a dasher. So make sure if you're gonna do a dash, you do a dash lid, but in this case, it's an open lid, so yep, about that much. We'll call that a teaspoon as well. This is a teaspoon recipe. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually add a tiny bit, about 3 fluid ounces of water to this. And you're gonna put the lid on it and you're gonna puree it. Now this is gonna be one of those things that you're gonna set it and you're gonna let it puree for a while. You need to break down all those little cottage cheese curds to make this a nice, beautiful, smooth cheese sauce. Literally just
Let it go?
let it go.
That looks like queso.
So we've got it partially blended. We're gonna add in a little bit of salt because it's definitely gonna need the salt. The cottage cheese does have some natural salt in it, but not a ton. So we wanna make sure that we're seasoning up our cheese sauce. All right.
That looks perfect.
Super smooth. We're gonna give it a little tasty taste.
Well, I was going with my fingers.
Man,
That's good.
it's amazing. I mean, that for being as macro friendly as this is, it's a protein boost. It really legit tastes like, you know,
cheese dip.
queso that you would get a Tex-Mex spot or something like that. It's delicious.
This would be great over a burger too. Like instead of
Oh,
mayonnaise,
yeah.
this is such a great mayonnaise dupe too.
Yeah, and you can heat this, but you want to heat it gently. It's not something you're gonna boil. You're gonna just gently heat it in a saute pan or a saucepan to just get it hot. If you go super hard, then what's gonna happen is it's gonna separate. You're gonna have like oily cheese sauce. Delicious. We're gonna use the blender again. So we're gonna get this out of here, but this is our delicious, macro-friendly cheese sauce.
Damn, that did look good, Robbie.
I know. All right, so next up on our macro-friendly sauces, we're gonna do ranch. Now, I think that ranch is like the
Universal. It's the
universal,
go-to.
whether it's pizza or veggies or whatever, people love some ranch dressing. So we're gonna make a macro-friendly version of that. We're gonna start with our non-fat Greek yogurt. While I'm doing this though, could you give me a nice like fine chop on those chives and that fresh dill? So we're gonna take our non-fat Greek yogurt. We're gonna go in here, and it's important, don't drain the water off of this because it's actually gonna thin this out, make it smoother. So we're gonna go in with about a cup of non-fat Greek yogurt.
Got you. Don't watch me, make me nervous.
Okay, so we're gonna go in again with some onion powder, about 1.5 teaspoons for this, because ranch is known for powerful flavors. So we're going a little heavier on this one. We have our garlic powder, about the same 1.5 teaspoons. We're gonna go in with our paprika. We're gonna go in with some apple cider vinegar because it does have a little bit of acid to it. We wanna make sure it has that punch. You could use buttermilk here if you wanted to. I just like if I'm gonna put something acidic in there, I want it to taste like that. So I'm gonna mix that around.
How long will this keep in your fridge, like all of this?
So that cheese sauce will keep however long the cottage cheese was meant to keep. So just check the date on the cottage cheese container, and that's gonna tell you basically how long that would last. On this, same thing. This is gonna keep as long as the Greek yogurt would keep in your fridge. So it's not something that's gonna last forever, but you do get a decent amount of shelf life out of it.
I've never thought, like to me, mixing vinegar with like dairy, it doesn't separate it or cause it to...
Not in the case of yogurt because it's already kind of gone through that process.
Okay.
So if you were to heat this, then yes, the vinegar and the dairy is gonna be not a good thing.
Okay.
But in this case, we're in good shape. We're gonna go in with a little bit of our Himalayan salt. We're gonna go, can you throw all those chives in there for me? So we have our chives in there. Again, that's gonna reinforce kind of that oniony flavor that is signature to ranch dressing. We go in with cracked black pepper. Now, you're gonna season with your heart. So we put about a tablespoon of chopped chives in here. I happen to like my ranch dressing to be a little heavy on the black pepper, so we're gonna go a little heavy with like a half a teaspoon. You could go less if that's your style. This is just my thing, and I'm the one that's gonna be eating this. Well, we're gonna eat it, so we're gonna make it my way. And then we're gonna add the fresh dill to this. So the fresh dill is gonna add a beautiful, lightly sweet element to it, but just a nuance to it. Dill's a little bit floral, so it's gonna add the complexity. If you ever tasted your ranch and like it's like a little bit sweet, usually it's because of the incorporation of fresh dill.
It smells
so
very fresh. Like
you're good right there.
Yeah, this is good.
Yep. You can go right
All
in
of
here. Yep. Awesome. So we have a beautiful, it's a little herby, but like I said, gonna be delicious. We're gonna give it a taste.
Haha, I'm already ahead of you. Ooh, now I'm surprised. Not that I doubted you, but that's ranch. The flavors are spot on.
It is ranch. I do think it needs a tad bit more salt, and honestly, a little bit more garlic.
A little bit more?
So maybe it's 2.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. And this is one of those things that you're not gonna wanna, you could eat this right away, but you're gonna wanna let it like marry, have some time, let all those flavors come together.
Good call, yep.
But really, beautiful example of macro-friendly ranch.
Wow.
You're getting a little dose of protein with that Greek yogurt. Now we're gonna move on and make a delicious, basic, and I mean basic, like Ugg boots vinaigrette.
You better not have nothing against Ugg boots.
All right, and we're back with our third macro-friendly sauce dip-ish. So this one is gonna be a little bit higher in carbs, but it's gonna be delicious and you're gonna love it. So we're gonna go into our blender with about a half cup of raspberries.
Could you use frozen?
You could use frozen here. It's a perfectly fine application for frozen. We're gonna use 2 fresh figs.
Never had a fig.
You're gonna bust them up.
That looks like that thing off Stranger Things. Say it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. They look a little gnarly on the inside. So 2 fresh figs. We're gonna go in with apple cider vinegar. And a pinch of salt. And fresh local honey, about 1/8 of a cup.
So even though this is a little higher in calories, like you said, it's still very light.
Yes, very light, very delicious. Use it, and you won't need a lot of it. Like, you won't have to put a ton in it to make it work. So go ahead and let's put the lid on there and give that a blend, probably on low. And then all of your blenders, standard, have this little pop-up here. So we're gonna stream in oil to emulsify our vinaigrette, make it all to be, you know, nice, silky smooth when we add our oil into it. You always have this little guy here, so you wanna go ahead and make use of that. Usually it's in the center here. It's like one that you unscrew and pull out. But in this case, on these blenders, we got a little hatch here, so we're gonna use that.
Well, it's pretty, Robbie. I'll give you that.
It sure is pretty. So we're gonna give it a taste. Get our tasting spoons. We're prepared for this one.
Look at us. Robbie did it again. He did it 3 times in a row.
So again, I think it needs just a touch of salt.
Just a touch of salt.
There's
Season
a theme
3
here. There's a theme here. But yeah, I think it's delightful. It's gorgeous. And, you know, it does have like the little raspberry seeds in it and stuff like that. So if you're averse to that, you could strain this, but like, I don't mind it. So
No, it would be so good on spinach with like some nuts and fruit.
So how do you
Twist.
There we go. So we can go ahead and give that a pour.
It's really good. I don't know which one I like the best out of all those.
So we have keto, cheese sauce, macro-friendly, raspberry fig vinaigrette, and then we have our macro-friendly ranch as well.
All right, Robbie, which one are you going in for?
So I think I'm gonna try the raspberry first. A little cucumber.
I'm a ranch snob. I'm going ranch.
So you got a nice little mixture of things to dip with here. I bet that's slamming. So you got a little celery,
good.
little bit of cucumber, and then we have like the root vegetable chips, kind of interchangeable. Like I'm even gonna go weird. I'm gonna go like salty sweet here.
You keep that. I'm gonna go in with the raspberry.
I'm telling you.
Yeah?
And then got that cheese sauce.
See, to me, cheese sauce and this makes sense, but you could serve this at a party. This would be such a great little hors d'oeuvre setup.
Yep.
Your guests would not miss all these calories.
Yep, you can stay on track and you can force your guests to stay on track by having great options like this that are macro friendly.
They're secretly on track.
Yeah, and you know what? If you want more party recipes or anything like that, please like, subscribe, share, and comment what you want to see. We could always feature it in a future episode. And then you also, while you're there, you want to
ding the post notification bell so you're notified about the next episode of Fail Proof Kitchen. We'll see you there.